people, keeping your head to the sky. Yeah. Woo! When in the midst of sorrow, you can't see up when you're looking down. A brighter day tomorrow will bring.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the ZayMoolaSportsPodcast. I'm your old star Zay, and we received some breaking news in the NFL today as the Dallas Cowboys have released former All-Pro cornerback Trevon Diggs. And I'm not surprised by this decision, but I am surprised by the timing of this decision because the regular season concludes on Sunday, and because the Cowboys aren't going to the playoffs, their season also concludes on Sunday. And to me, they could have just let him play one final game in the Cowboys uniform and then released him. But instead, y'all, they released him and they only have one game left in the season. And this is the guy that did, some tremendous things for this organization, y'all. To me, it seems like they would have treated him with more respect than this. But they decided to release him even though they only have one game left in their season, which shows that they were really eager to get rid of him. They were really eager to move on from him. But if we're being honest, y'all, this decision had been in the making for months. I mean, the writing had been on the wall about this decision for months because back during the summer, the Cowboys had docked him $500,000 because he did not meet the minimum threshold of participating in their team activities. He had a clause in his contract that required him to participate in at least 84% of their team activities. And he did not do that, y'all, because he was rehabbing his knee injury from last season, and he wanted to do so in Florida, where he's from. But the Cowboys, they wanted him to, come to their training facility and practice there, y'all, rehab his knee there. He didn't want to do that, and that caused some major issues between Stephen Jones, and Jerry Jones, because he said that he already explained to them that he was going to be rehabbing, he was going to be training and practicing in Florida. But again, y'all, they feel like he needed to be at their facility. So because of that, they end up docking him $500,000, y'all. But to me, the straw that broke the camel's back is when they decided to trade away Micah Parsons, because as we all know, Micah Parsons and Trevon Diggs had a very close relationship, had a very close friendship with one another, and he vehemently disagreed with their decision to trade Micah Parsons away, y'all, because he knew the type of player that Micah Parsons was. He knew that he would tremendously help their team, help their defense out, and accomplish the goals that they set out for this year, y'all. But when they traded him away, I just thought then that, eventually the Dallas Cowboys and Trevon Diggs, they're going to go their separate ways, y'all, because there's absolutely no way, one, you dock this man $500,000, and then two, you trade away probably his best friend on the team. There's no way you can keep this relationship going, y'all. And this happened before the season, so they already had major issues, going into the season, y'all. But then during the season, there were also a couple of more incidents that happened. The first incident that happened, y'all, was when he got benched after their game against the Chicago Bears because he had a couple of blown assignments. He had a couple of missed coverages in that game. And then after the game, y'all, he went to their defensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, and told him that he wanted to play more man defense because he's a man-to-man style corner. He's not a zone corner. He wanted to play more man-to-man defense, y'all. But Matt Eberflus, he didn't really want to do that. And so he ended up getting benched, y'all. But then later on in the season, a couple of weeks ago, before their game against the Minnesota Vikings, Trevon Diggs came out and said that he felt like he was healthy enough to play, but the Cowboys did not activate him for injury reserve. And then Brian Schottenheimer and Jerry Jones came out and said they didn't feel like Trevon Diggs was healthy enough to play. And he was really upset about this as well, y'all. Just like he was upset about their decision to trade away Micah Parsons, he was really upset that they didn't believe that he was healthy enough to play, even though he said he was healthy enough to play. Right? And so just when you combine, all these issues together, y'all, it just creates one messy situation that the Cowboys was never going to be able to recover from. I mean, they were never going to be able to repair their relationship with Trevon Diggs because he felt like he lost their trust. Because again, y'all, they traded away his best friend, right? They docked $500,000 out of his salary, and then they didn't believe him when he said he was healthy enough to play. So at that point, he felt like he had lost the trust from this organization, y'all. And again, as I stated to start this video, he did a lot of amazing things for this organization, right? I mean, we know what he did in 2021. He led the league in interceptions. He was arguably the best cornerback in the NFL that year, right? He made a couple of other Pro Bowl appearances. He was a great player. He did a lot of things for the community, right? He was a great citizen. I mean, he just was the consummate pro, y'all, that you would want, representing your organization. But seemingly, y'all, the Dallas Cowboys, they no longer believed in him. And I know that the last couple of years, he's dealt with two things that no athlete wants to deal with, y'all. And that is injuries and inconsistency, right? He has not played, a full season, y'all, in 3 years. And then he hasn't been the same player, you know, that he once was. Now, I still believe Trevon Diggs can be a good player. I don't know if he can ever be the elite corner that he once was, but I still think he can be a good, productive player in the NFL. But I just don't think the Cowboys, you know, were the right situation for him anymore, y'all. Because, again, you know, now that they have Matt Eberflus, as their defensive coordinator, they're playing more zone defense. He's a man-style corner. Then, with the issues that he had with the organization, it was time for them to part ways, y'all. It was time for them to move on. And I just hate that it ended this way. I mean, it ended on horrible terms, y'all. Again, this is a guy that was a great player for the Dallas Cowboys for several years, y'all. But, you know, it's ended on really bad terms. And now for Trevon Diggs, he has an opportunity to potentially latch on to a playoff team, you know, to a team that has a chance to win the Super Bowl, y'all. And I think there's a couple of teams that really stand out to me. The first team will be the San Francisco 49ers. We know the San Francisco 49ers, man, their defense has not been playing well, mainly because of the injuries, you know, the Michael Williams, Fred Warner, and Nick Bosa. But their defense has just been giving up a ton of points, a ton of yards through the air, y'all. They only have 6 interceptions on the season. They have given up 30 touchdowns, giving up about 68% completion percentage. So they definitely need help on that defense, definitely need help in their back end, y'all. And I think Trevon Diggs would be a good fit for Robert Saleh and that 49ers defense. And then I think another team that he would be a great fit for, y'all, would be the Chicago Bears. He has familiarity with their DC. He also has familiarity, y'all, with their cornerbacks coach, Al Harris, who used to be the cornerbacks coach for the Dallas Cowboys. So I think that would be a great fit. And we know the Chicago Bears, y'all, I mean, their defense is opportunistic, right? Like, they get a lot of turnovers, they get a lot of takeaways, but they're not the most consistent when it comes to defending the pass. And like I said, I still think Trevon Diggs has some good football left in him, y'all. And then I think a wild card team could potentially be the New England Patriots. The reason I say that is because obviously his brother Stephon Diggs is on the team. Now, the Patriots don't necessarily need help in the secondary because they do have a really good duo in Carlton Davis and Christian Gonzalez, but you can never have enough corners. You can never have much depth in your cornerback room. So if they want to add him, y'all, can see them doing that. But I think the two teams that really stand out to me again would be the San Francisco 49ers and Chicago Bears, y'all. Again, I still think Trevon Diggs has some good football left in him. Still think he can be a really good player in the league. It's going to be interesting to see what teams he joins with, y'all. But I'm excited to see what he can do, you know. Hopefully he joins one of these teams, you know, a team that's going to the playoffs, and he has a chance to play some big-time playoff football, y'all. But it's going to be very interesting to see what happens next in the career of Trevon Diggs. So this will be discussing the Dallas Cowboys releasing former All-Pro cornerback Trevon Diggs. Man, please leave me your thoughts about this video in the comment box below. Remember, y'all, laugh's a good message, so what? Make sure you get your daily dose. Y'all know I'm an enemy, and I love y'all. God bless. Peace.